Welcome to Battle Truth, in my point of view. Oh, no, you. So I'm not a hater. I can only give you the facts that's written on these papers. And since we have no dealings, therefore the court can care less about your feelings. I'm the Honorable MallikiBaker, your presiding judge, chairman and spokesperson for the One United Front. You are my witnesses and jury. You may be seated. Court is now in session. Let's talk about it. Okay, man. So I got to address Surf on something, man. I really do, man. I have to address you on something, bro. Like, would it hurt you, bro, to just admit the truth and be honest, man? Like, why do you always make it seem as though you not the problem and everybody else is the problem? Why do you always make it seem as though you're not the one coming at people, but people coming at you? Why do you do that? Like, why you just can't keep it real? But yet you say out of your mouth, you a real nigga, you keep it 100, you this and that. But you don't be keeping it real, bro. Like, you lying a whole lot. I just saw you really trying to, okay, here's the thing. You mad at Goods for speaking back about you coming at him. You started attacking that man first. Every chance and opportunity you could get, that's what you was doing to that man, okay? That man don't be on Spaces. He wasn't on Spaces and going live all the time, man. You don't hesitate to bring him up or speak negative against that man. But when he started speaking back, defending himself and telling the truth about what you were saying against him that was false, then you gonna get offended by it and try to use that as a means to justify not battling him when you the one who putting out all the negative energy, when you the one who coming at him. And that's why he was responding like, look, and that's another thing, hip-hop is real now, doing a lot of instigating. Hey, did you hear what Surf said about you? Yeah, you know, we was interviewing him and he said this. They let him hear what Surf said, even though he didn't hear it. Then he responded back to what Surf said while they instigating. And now Surf talking about he don't want to battle Goods no more because it could get ugly and turn to something bad. It ain't worth it. But if y'all really want to see me battle Goods, now I got to charge another $20,000 on the $100,000 I was asking for. So now the price just went up again, $120,000. He's trying to avoid this battle for a reason. He do not want Goods now speaking about the things they know about him that the battle rap community don't know. And he figured he ducking that shot. Okay? Let's just be honest, man. He don't really like to battle people who he know not gonna take it easy on him. Okay? Then he did something else I'm listening to, that he was just being disingenuous about lying. He saw when Goods put up the paperwork on his chain, costing $45,000. So he gone social media and was talking to some people like, yeah, you know, he got a $4,500 chain. You know, that ain't nothing. You knew that chain costed $45,000. Why are you gonna try to underplay the man like that just so that it can make you look good? But one thing you failed to do, regard to what you say out of your mouth, like, yeah, you know, I got $250,000 in my bank account. I just showed them $250,000. Okay, it don't matter if you showed $250,000 in your bank account. But let me tell you what do matter. You lied about how much your chains cost. And when Goods put up the paperwork showing how much he paid for his chain, showing that you was a lie, you still have yet to put up your receipt of your chain that you were saying it costed this much, when in reality, it really don't cost that much. Goods broke you down on your jewelry. Goods broke you down on it, and you have yet to show the paperwork on it. But you trying to underplay his that he did show the paperwork on. When I heard you say that in that interview or that live you was doing, I'm like, man, why would he just lie like that? That was just a bold-faced lie. He know it. You know dang on well you saw that man put up his jewelry and you saw that one piece for $45,000. You're gonna show it and say it was $4,500. But again, you have yet to put up your receipt that you were telling the battle rap community your chain cost $60,000 and $75,000 and this and that. You still ain't put the paperwork up for it. You still ain't, put the paperwork up for it. That he challenged you on, and you know you saw it, and you know you heard it. In fact, when he challenged you on that, that's when you went and tried to show Polo $250,000 in cash. No, you moved the goalpost. You were supposed to show the receipts of your jewelry costing the price that you said it cost. You know that. But because you know that it's a lie about what you were saying, that it wasn't true, you avoided it, moved the goalpost, painted a different narrative, swept it under the rug, hoping that we wouldn't remember. Well, I remember, because I wanted to see was you telling the truth. I wanted to see just how honest you was, even though I know you wasn't. Even though I know you wasn't. So you still never did it. You still never showed how much your chain cost, like you were supposed to have after Goods put up his paperwork. And we know you got your paperwork on your jewelry, because that's just like being a receipt. That's just like having a receipt. So we know that. We understand that. So come on, bro. You front. You front. You ain't keeping it 100. You ain't keeping it 100, man. I just got to call you out on that. You're not being honest, man. And then you doing all this attacking on him, man. Then you want to get offended when he says something back to you. Now you all in your feelings. Now you saying you don't want to battle him. Now you try to paint all these different narratives, but yet you steady trying to hustle off the man. If this man was so weak, like you was trying to say that he called you out on too, saying, okay, if I'm this loser and I ain't did this and that, why you want 100,000 for the battle? Is you getting 100,000 for anybody else? No. So why you want 100,000 off me if I'm so weak, if I'm so lame, if I need to do these battles and I ain't putting no work? Then what makes you think battling me is a battle of that magnitude that you can't take no less than 100,000 for, when you ain't getting that much from anybody else right now? You ain't even asked for 100,000 for Mook, but you want 100,000 for Goods. And now it then went up another 20,000. Now, pardon me, let me correct this. Now it's 120,000. Now you want 120,000 for Goods? No. No. Man, get out of here with that trash. Like, you sound crazy. How you gonna say it one out of your mouth at one time, dude ain't this, dude ain't that, he ain't about that, he ain't did this, but then in the same breath say, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? He one of them dudes, he hard to beat and everything. That's why I got to have 100 stacks for him. Did you get 100 off John? No. Did you get 100 off Calico? No. Did you get 100 off Geechee? No. Who have you ever got 100,000 off of? Nobody. Did you get 100 for Lux? You battled Lux. Did they give you 100,000 for Lux? Nope. But you literally want 100,000 from Geechee. I mean, not Geechee, from Goods. Come on, man. Something wrong with that picture, bro. That sounds stupid. Think about that, y'all. The man ain't even get 100 for Lux, but he want 100 for Goods. Come on, see stuff like that, man. Like, come on. If that's not fake, what is? You don't be keeping it real, sir, man. Just keep it real, man. Why you just can't be a man of principles, a man of integrity, man? If you dish it out, then you should be able to take it, bro. All the stuff you say against people on social media, all the things you do, and what's crazy, you like the attention, you like the exposure, you like that. That's why you always volunteer all this information and make it your business to go to social media to tell us, because of reasons like this. Because of reasons like this. Like, come on, bro. Like, you don't be keeping it real, man. Same thing on Verb. You try to get mad at Verb for not giving you the bet to bet against Prestavia and Yoshi. So you said you finna hurt his pockets. You gonna call Bees and tell Bees, if y'all book Verb, don't bother asking me to battle no more. That's how petty you is. That was a sucker move to do. To call the company on this man and try to cut off his paper from feeding his family and children because you feel some type of way that he reneged on a bet that never happened. And you done that many times. You did that many times. Did you pay Mook his $20,000 that you betted him on a rock battle when you came with the duffel bag full of the money and y'all made that public bet on air that you had Rock beating him and Rock lost that battle clear, 30? Did you pay Mookin $20,000? Or did you back out of the bet? Or did you disregard the bet? Yep, you did, because I spoke to Mook and he told me you did. Mook told me that you told him, like, nah, man, bet off. I ain't doing that. Wait, but then you said Verb couldn't do it against Yoshi. Verb couldn't call the bet off, even though it didn't happen. It didn't even happen yet. Verb couldn't call the bet off, but you able to call the bet off. Then you say it's about principles, because if you make a bet, you got to honor your bet. And yet we see how many battles you've been involved in that you made bets that you haven't honored. So it's stuff like that, bro. You don't be keeping it real, dog. You don't be keeping it real, man. And it's like you can do it to others, but when it's done to you, you got a problem with it. It's just like how you try to come at the bloggers. You got so much to say against the bloggers, but you make it your business to sometimes reach out to bloggers and to put up things that you know the bloggers gonna cover just so that it can bring light to you. But then when we saying something about you that you don't like, then you offended in us and we all in the barrel. So it's stuff like that that just ain't being genuine. That ain't being real, bro. And I think as a man, you need to man up and own up to that, bro. Real talk. So with that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's some questions. Yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.